Are your Facebook ads dying almost instantly? Well, here's why that happens and how exactly you can go about fixing that. Hey guys, this is Zach from E-Commerce Success Secrets, and yes, if you're watching this video, you have most certainly had the experience, or if you're in e-commerce, you've most certainly had the experience of putting up a Facebook ad and then having that bad boy die on you within like a day. Absolutely horrible conversions. It's just blowing through your money and you're like, Facebook, what in the world are you doing? And I'm here to tell you that there's a method to the madness. There's a way that you can avoid this for the most part, and if it does happen, there's a way that you can benefit off of it. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, I'm going to tell you why this is happening, and then I'm going to tell you how to fix it. So let's go. So the first reason why this happens is because of the Facebook optimization process, right? So Facebook, what it does is it kind of goes in a line, right? In where it shows to some certain people, they see if these people convert or if they don't. They look at what type of people they are, and then they move on to the next one. And if these first people don't convert, they move on to a different kind of person, and then a different kind of person. But if they do convert, then they're going to start targeting the ad towards similar-minded people, right? So if your Facebook ad actually hits a bad pocket of people right at the start of its career, it's gonna have a very hard time optimizing, right? Because it's only been giving bad information, and that's the only thing it has to go off of. So it's going to take quite a while for it to start finding the right amount of people and then optimizing from there. However, if it finds a good pocket of people right at the start, then it's going to start performing really well, because if it shows your ad to 1,000 people and a very high percentage of those convert, do whatever conversion you're aiming for, then it's gonna be like, hey, this is the exact type of person that I need to show the ad to. Day 2 comes around, gonna show the same people. It's like a mini lookalike audience. It's gonna show them to that. They convert well, boom, they're just gonna keep going up. So it's really depends on luck. It's not entirely luck, but a big portion of it is luck right at the front, depending on who the ad is shown to first. So then, like I said, I'm actually gonna get into how exactly to fix this in the second part, but right now I'm just telling the reasons why. So number 2, your advertisements just may be targeting the wrong people. The first point that I just talked about is the advertisement you targeted well, it's just showing to the wrong people. This one, it's just your ads are not doing well. So it's not the fact that they die immediately and you're like, why is this happening? It's the fact that your ads just are not good and targeted. And I can make an entire video on proper targeting techniques. However, this is one of the big reasons why your ads just may not be performing well right off the bat if they do this thing consistently. And number 3, and this is also a big one, especially for people starting out, and I know I had this problem, is that you're not giving Facebook enough money to actually work with. If you give them $5 a day, that's a very minimal amount of money, especially under $5, which I see a lot of people do. Very small amount of money. So we're going back to point 1 where Facebook shows the ad to people and then optimizes from there. If you give them only a few dollars, they can only show it to so many people, right? So therefore, there's less of a chance of them finding a good pocket of people to show the ad to and optimizing from there. So it'll take a very, very long time for an ad to optimize unless you get ridiculously lucky if you're giving Facebook a very small amount of money, right? And it can only benefit you if you have a good ad and a good audience and you're spending a good amount of money, you will get good returns. So it's not like you're absolutely losing money to try and optimize this ad. If you're offering a good product and you have a good pitch and everything, yeah, you'll make your money back. So now guys, what you've been waiting for, I'm going to tell you how to fix this rampant problem. And it's actually pretty easy, so you calm down, you can handle it. So we're gonna kind of go back in chronological order. So the first point that I had talked about where your ad is hitting a bad pocket of people, if your ad, you know it's been performing pretty well and then it just dies, it could have hit a bad pocket of people and it screwed up the optimization, right? If you know that you had a good ad, and this kind of comes down to your intuitiveness. There's no real like guidelines for a good ad. It's just if you get low cost per whatever engagement you're trying to get, and you know, you haven't spent too much money and got nothing out of it, but it just dies, what you have to then do is duplicate this ad set multiple times over. What you're doing by duplicating the ad set is you're recreating the ad set with the same targeting. It's going to carry over some of the audience and its optimization to the other ad sets. And what this is going to do is, since this ad was successful and it just got unlucky, if you duplicate it, I say like 10 times over, you'll have at least one of those ad sets. It usually ends up being like 1, 2, or 3 of those ad sets will actually hit good optimization and then start picking back up where they were at. And then this should only take a few days for you to see the results of the duplicated ad sets actually performing well, and then you can take down the rest of the ads. And you only have to run this at the amount of money that you were doing, which is probably $5 to $10 if you were just starting out, unless you have a more defined targeting that you've used in other ad sets and you spend more money. But yeah, it should only really take a couple of days for you to start seeing which ad sets are actually good and optimizing properly, and you can take all the other ones down and then focus on scaling these new ad sets that have come up from that slump back up. Now additionally, and this is also an alternate reality for the first point that I made, you may hit a bad pocket. However, Facebook works to optimize sequentially, so it might dig itself out of that pocket and make itself ridiculously profitable. You don't know. And a big mistake that I see people making is that they'll see that an ad dies, and so their first day it's pretty good, second day is pretty good, third day is terrible, and they're like, oh, it dropped, and then they take it down. Don't do this. Keep your ads up. It hit a bad pocket. There's a pretty good chance that your ad is going to find the right amount of people and start going back up again. However, if you don't give Facebook the amount of time and especially the amount of money to do this, it's not going to. It's going to stay down, and especially if you take the ad down, you just lost all the optimization that you paid for. Wait it out. Generally, it's going to take about 3 to 5 days in my experience to find that an ad is doing well or if it's just totally down. So yeah, give Facebook the time to optimize, try out different audiences, and then once you feel you've given it adequate time, which is several days in the gutter, drop it. But remember, don't get mad about this because you have to spend money to make money. Third thing you can do, if your ad truly did die, but it was performing pretty well, go into the ad breakdown, look at the demographics, and look at the type of person that actually converted from the ad, right? So what you're going to be doing here is you're not going to be wasting all of the money that you spent on the ad that died. What you're going to see is, yeah, it's not going to be a total waste. You're going to see the people that converted on it or interacted with it. You can see the demographic of there, and then you go and create a new ad set targeting that more specific type of person. And this is why everybody preaches start pretty broad, see what happens, try out a bunch of different things, and then narrow it down from there. Start broad as in 1, 2, 3 million people, narrow it down to like 300, 500,000, or maybe even smaller depending on your niche. But if your ad dies, yes, get as much information out of it as possible to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. And the last one, and this is a huge one, and I can't recommend this enough, move away from your cold guest targeting, Guessed, not like guests, like, oh, you're a guest in my house. Move away from that as soon as possible. And what I mean by that is to say you put up a view content ad, and it's performing pretty well, right? Let's say you eventually get 500 view contents. Create a lookalike audience. This is what you want to do. Facebook's lookalike audiences are absolutely fantastic. I don't know why I'm doing this, but when you have that lookalike audience, it is the absolute best targeted audience that you can possibly get on Facebook because it's the people that have converted and only the people that have converted that they're basing their new audience off of. of. So it takes all of the guesswork out of Facebook's end of trying to find the right audience to show the ad to. Once you have 500 people, I say 500, that's the amount that I go off of. If you want to go even better, go for 1,000 or 2,000 conversions, but this is definitely if you're spending a lot more money to get those conversions, because otherwise that's going to take forever to get. But create that lookalike audience, and you can use this audience to market to anybody in that niche with a similar product. And this is great for scalability and everything else you want to do, and it takes away I really haven't had a lookalike audience ad that's died. I've had ones that haven't performed that well, but I haven't had one that's died, and it pretty much takes away that possibility because it's not going to hit a bad pocket of people because you've given them the exact type of person that converts. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. I hope this is going to help you stop freaking out about your Facebook ads dying, and I hope you know how to deal with it now. It is a pretty easy process, and it can be scary at first, but it's really not that big of a deal. And if you use all the information that I said, you're really not gonna lose. You'll lose money, but it's not a waste of money because you're getting more information that you can then use to make money. It all comes around full circle. So guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell button to be updated whenever I upload a new video, which is every single day. Try not to make my videos spammy, try to make them chock full of content so you guys get the most out of everything. Additionally, check out my website at 101ecom.com, check out my Instagram at 101ecom, and check out the link down in the description below for a free 14-day Shopify trial. If you want to go ahead and get your Shopify journey started, potentially start Facebook ads, but what I'm going to say is don't start cold with Facebook ads. I would recommend doing Instagram and then building into Facebook, but that's for another video. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video of whatever I make. Peace out.